everyone, I'm Jim with YouGetRipped.com, and today I'd like to do a follow-up on a couple of videos that Scott had done recently. A couple weeks ago he did a video about muscle soreness and whether or not you should continue to work out. And then just a couple of days ago he did a video about an injury, muscle injury, and whether or not you should continue. So I guess the first thing you have to ask yourself is, are you hurt or are you injured? And if you don't know what I mean by that, let me explain it. Basically, the first one is, are you hurt? Do you feel muscle soreness? Does it hurt a little bit? That's normal, like Scott explained in that video. I guess we'll go ahead and Scott put the video right there, and then the injury video will stick right there, so you can check those out. The other thing is, are you injured? And that's more than just sore muscles. That's sore muscles are micro tears of the muscle when you break it down. An injury would be like a real tear in the muscle, that's a pulled muscle that you might want to give some rest to that type of an injury. And again, on Scott's video he talks about that. Today what I want to talk about is how to relieve maybe the pain of some of these injuries. What I'd like to start out with is stretching. Before each one of my exercises, whether it's walking, whether it's cardio, whether it's lifting weights, I like to stretch my muscles. There's also a new technique out there that I haven't really tried. It's called, or I don't even know what it's called. It's this foam pad. It's, I guess you can get different sizes, but there's a round foam pad, maybe about that wide, about that long, and you can actually lay it on the ground. And for example, if I was working my chest, I'd lay down on that and roll it over the muscle, and that helps get circulation going in that area for your exercise. So that's another good way to prep yourself, I guess you will, to try to prevent injuries. You are going to end up with sore muscles regardless if you're working out, like Scott said. And when that happens, I like to use ice after my workout. I'll put ice on for 20 minutes on, 20 minutes off, and then 20 minutes on again. And then wait till later on in the day. If I feel like my muscles are still a little sore, I want to do that, I'll go ahead and I'll repeat that with the ice. What I like to use for ice are these gel packs. They just got gel in them. You stick them in the freezer, and they're nice and cold. I'll put a paper towel or something over that, and then just say I pulled my chest. Go ahead and stick it right on my chest and ice it, just like you see, any type of injury that an athlete might get. They put ice on that right away, so that helps. Rest, and what I mean by that is more sleep than anything. Making sure you get enough sleep. You want to make sure you're getting 7 to 8 hours. If some people can deal with 5 and 6 hours, and that's great. But for the most part, people need to get more sleep. We're just not getting enough sleep. So that can help with your muscles, because that's really when a lot of the repairing is going on. And last, don't stay down long. Like Scott said, if you've got sore muscles, you wanna work those again. Obviously not the next day, but if, for example, you're working your chest, 2 or 3 days later, it's time for your chest to come up again. Go ahead and do the work. You don't want to leave the muscle sitting idle again, unless it's an injury where you've got to give it some rest. So try to understand the difference. Know your body and whether or not you're just feeling soreness or real pain from an injury, and that'll help you with your decision. I hope this information was helpful to you. If you haven't already, subscribe, hit the like button, help us out if you like this video. And this is for Nicholas and Brady.
Now you get ripped! Now you get ripped!
Thanks for watching. I'll see you soon.
Now you get ripped.